Daniel in the lion's den. Verse 10, Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went home, and in his upper room, with his windows open toward Jerusalem, he knelt down on his knees 3 times that day, and prayed and gave thanks before his God, as was his custom since early days. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his God. And they went before the king and spoke concerning the king's decree. Have you not signed a decree that every man who petitions any god or man within 30 days, except you, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, The thing is true according to the laws of the Medes and Persians, which does not alter. So they answered and said before the king, That Daniel, who is one of the captives from Judah, does not show due regard for you, O king, or for the decree that you have signed, but makes his petition 3 times a day. And the king, when he heard these words, was greatly displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Then these men approached the king and said to the king, Know, O king, that it is the law of the Medes and Persians that no decree or statute which the king establishes may be changed. So the king gave the command, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. But the king spoke, saying to Daniel, Your God, whom you serve continually, he will deliver you. Then a stone was brought and laid on the mount of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet ring, and with the signets of his lords, and that the purpose concerning Daniel might not be changed. Verse 18. Now the king went to his palace and spent the night fasting, and no musicians were brought before him. Also, his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning and went in haste to the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried out with a lamenting voice to Daniel. The king spoke, saying to Daniel, Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to deliver you from the lions? Then Daniel said to the king, O king, live forever. My God sent his angel and shut the lion's mouth, so that they have not hurt me, because I was found innocent before him, and also, O king, I have done no wrong before you. Now the king was exceedingly glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken out of the den, and no injury whatever was found on him, because he believed in his God. Verse 24. And the king gave the command, and they brought those men who accused Daniel, and they cast him into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions overpowered them, and broke all their bones in pieces, before they ever came to the bottom of the den. Then King Darius wrote, To all peoples, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied to you. I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom, men must tremble and fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and steadfast forever. His kingdom is the one which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall endure to the end. He delivers and rescues, and he works signs and wonders in heaven and on earth. Who has delivered Daniel from the power of the lions? So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius, in the reign of Cyrus the Persian. So mapapansin natin, Daniel is a man of prayer. Sa verse 10b, sabi, 3 times a day, he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he has done before. Now, being prayerful does not come naturally. It must be practiced. The habit of prayer is something to be cultivated. It requires a deliberate decision on our part to devote time and energy to pray. Jesus taught his disciples that prayer demanded persistence and hard effort. Ang prayer kadalasan ay pagdala ng ating burden sa Diyos, kagaya ni Daniel. Mataimtim siyang humingi ng tulong sa Diyos. Verse 11. Ang burden ni Daniel ay hindi lang para sa kanyang sarili, kundi pati rin sa kanyang bansa, gaya ng narinig natin kaninang umaga. There is one more feature of Daniel's prayer life that shows the secret of his success. Ano yon? He prayed giving thanks to his God. Ang tanong, anong dapat ipagpasalamat ni Daniel sa sitwasyon na to? Diba? Marami siyang kalaban sa gobyerno. Mukhang siya ay patungo na sa malagim na kamatayan. Pero kahit ganon, siya ay nagpapasalamat pa rin sa Diyos. Hindi dahil sa kanyang sitwasyon, kundi dahil ang Diyos ay mapagkakatiwalaan at yung kasiguraduhan na kasama niya ang Diyos sa lahat ng pagkakataon. Marahil naaalala niyo yung paggabay, pagligtas at pagpapala ng Diyos sa kanilang magkakaibigan na nasubukan nila ang katapatan ng Diyos sa maraming pagkakataon at sa maraming nagdaan na taon. At sa pagkakataon na ito, kahit anuman na mangyari, alam ni Daniel na kasama niya ang Diyos. Ito yung pattern na sinasabi ni Paul sa Philippians 4 verse 6. And I quote, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." So anong next na nangyari? Sinagot ng Diyos ang prayer ni Daniel sapagkat alam ng Diyos ang danger na kanyang hinaharap, and Daniel found grace to help in time of need. Hindi ibig sabihin nito na makakatakas siya sa lion's den. Kung hindi, sasamahan siya ng Diyos doon sa lion's den. It was his faith which sustained him in that perilous place by God's grace. Nothing but the power of God could save him from the hungry lions. Si King Darius, in contrast, hindi makatulog, kakawori. Pero si Daniel, mahimbing ang tulog, katabi pa yung mga lions at yung angel ng Diyos. Our God is one who can protect His people. He can deliver us when we are in danger, whether physical or spiritual, if it is in His sovereign will. What a great thing it is to learn and experience the delivering power of God from fear, from doubt, from anxiety, even from the power of the evil one. Whatever then we may be in, God is able to deliver us if we put our trust in Him, the living God. Sobrang napabilib si King Darius sa pagliligtas ng Diyos kay Daniel, kaya siya ay gumawa ng decree that the whole nation should fear and revere the God of Daniel. At ang hindi lang natin maintindihan, or I'm sure alam natin mananampalatayan, na bakit pagkatapos ma-witness ni King Darius itong hindi kapanipaniwalang pagliligtas ng Diyos kay Daniel, ayaw pa rin niyang bitawan yung kanyang Diyos-Diyosan. Hindi natin maintindihan. Although, alam siguro natin bilang Kristiyano kung bakit. Sadly, he remained the indifferent even after God's hand had been so clearly in Daniel's life. Now, once again, the story of Daniel is the story of mankind. It is the account of una, yung the bad, the wicked, whose end is destruction. Pangalawa, the indifferent, those who are careless of real values of life and yet are capable of receiving the truth but all too often miss their opportunity. Ito yung mga naririnig ang salita ng Diyos, ngunit wala silang ginagawang commitment sa ating Panginoon. And lastly, third, the good, as seen in Daniel, a prayerful man of God who does justice and loves kindness and walk humbly with his God. So, kaninong buhay dito sa tatlo ang ating susundan? May we ever choose the right course. So,